everybody, we're back. Minds of an Epileptic podcast. Continue our discussion with seizures, and today we are going to discuss grand mal seizures. Yes, one of the stereotypical ones. Should I say one of the worst ones that there is. These type of seizures, we lose consciousness, we fall to the ground with muscle spasms, making noises and chewing 900 pounds out of our tongues. Not very pleasant, we don't like it, it makes us very tired for a long time. Sometimes we even have to have medicine for it, a lot of the time we do, but some of the medicines, the only way to get it through us is actually through the bottom, and they call it a rectal stessalid. It's not very nice and it isn't very pleasant, so before mocking, maybe you should understand more. Best way to describe this for you lot who don't know, and obviously you lot that don't suffer with epilepsy at all, is think of a computer. Think of the computer as your brain. And your brain, or computer in this metaphor, is being overloaded with stuff, cram-packed, and bang, it just shuts down on you because it's had an overload. Now imagine that happening with the brain. That is what happens when you have a grand mal seizure. It's basically everything's electrical surge has had an overload or gone wrong in the brain, and it's shut your body down, and it's trying to, while you're sitting on the floor, drooling, sometimes peeing and whatnot the computer is trying to reset the brain in this instance, as like a computer, sometimes it can pack in again and again. The same thing can happen to a brain when having a seizure until it's all nice and sorted out. The difference between the brain shutting down and a computer shutting down, there are some times you can't restart that brain after a good few bad spells. Whereas with a computer you can obviously get new parts and replace it. Yeah, I really hate this type of seizure because I think the worst thing about this seizure, as well as it being embarrassing, because you have to have medicine up your bottom, or you wet yourself, or you're out of it for hours, is memory loss. Memory loss and epilepsy are the biggest things that we struggle with more than anything. There has been times with this sort of seizure I have forgotten who I was and who my family was and other people, and we have to relearn ourselves. Just as many others do out there who have grand mal seizures, they'll all tell you their memory is bad and they forget the littlest of things, and having these type of seizures make it even worse. I hope that's given you a little bit of insight of what grand mal seizure is like. I can't tell you 100% because obviously I'm not a doctor and I wouldn't want to give bad advice or bad juju. I'm just telling you from how I see it from an epileptic mind. It's not nice, it's not pleasant, and it sucks the life out of us. Still doesn't mean we can't do things just as everyone else can. Still doesn't mean we can't go out like everyone else can. Still don't mean we can't have fun like anyone else can. It's just as a malfunction in the brain, and it shortens out now and again. It baffles me why society and the general public are so scared and thingy about it when we're the ones suffering with it. I'd gladly change shoes, but the only difference is if I was in a non-epileptic person point of view shoes, I'd give time and day to learn about it and what different types of fits are, because believe me, there is more than just one or two. This has been Minds of an Epileptic. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I've described it the best I can and what I know of the seizure. There are more stuff out there if you want to have a look and if you are more interested. I hope you come back and listen to me again. Thank you very much. Goodbye.